Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome, welcome. We're going to give everybody a few more minutes to get joined in here, but I've got Elizabeth, and we've got some help with Savannah. Today we're going to be talking about how to use TikTok and Instagram Reels to generate sales for your business and create raving fans. So the reason why I asked Elizabeth and Savannah to join is because I'm aging out of this area. I do have a high level overview and information, but admittedly, I have to leave it to the younger generation to tell me how to work social media. So I'm in that age bracket now. Yay me. Um, anyways, so we're going to cover some very important topics in today's webinar. And then following the webinar, as promised, we're going to have some downloadable items for you that we will share with you. So this is going to include a cheat sheet on hashtag research, as well as a cheat sheet on TikToks and Reels and how you can maximize your exposure by utilizing either one of those platforms or using them together. Feel free to, there we go. I was about to say, feel free to go ahead and paste it in the chat there. I see Lisa's already talking. Perfect. Yeah, I turned 36. Well, I will be turning 37 this year. Don't know why I wanted to share my age with you, but anyways, MySpace and Facebook, that's my generation. These guys seem to have it down though. Like I said, we'll give it a couple more minutes, let other people join. But while we wait, go ahead and please introduce yourself in the chat. I'd love to find out where everybody's from. Kathy, Lisa. Welcome back, Kathy. Julia, Kelly, where are you guys from? Lindsay? Liz?
That's my friend.
Sheila? That's my mom. Everybody, mom showing up for support. Stephanie, Yvette, where are you guys from? Ooh, New Jersey. Wow. Let's see how far we can go. From New York, currently in New Jersey. Virginia, Charlotte. Wow. That's exciting. Raleigh, Durham. We're neighbors, Kelly. Kathy. Yeah, Surf City. Perfect. Well, you guys hopefully know where we are located downtown Wilmington, North Carolina. The weather outside today is great. I wish there was a little more sun, but it is pretty warm here. So I don't mean to rub that in, but the weather's pretty good. Yes, thanks for joining, Mom. Sheila is my mom, for the record, showing up, showing support after 11 years. My biggest fan. All right, so while we wait for a couple more people to join, Elizabeth and Savannah, feel free, because I know you guys are in the same room. Tell us a little bit about your background and what people can take away from today's webinar.
Yeah. So I have a slide in here where I introduce myself, but I'll point on it a little bit. But I'm the social media manager here at Design Loud. I graduated from App State in last May. It's almost a year, which is terrifying. And I came down and moved down to Wilmington, and I've been working here since October. And I honestly did not use TikTok or Instagram Reels until I started working here. And now I am a huge advocate for it. So I'm excited to let you guys know how you can take advantage of it.
Perfect. Savannah, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I'm in the background. Hi, everyone. Whenever I first started working in marketing, digital marketing, Facebook was the way to go. So Instagram wasn't really even a thing. Now Instagram is a whole new platform with Reels and TikToks. And honestly, I think it's so special because everyone's on it and there's so many things to learn from it. And it's not just like fun dances, but it's also an educational platform. So it's really exciting. I think it's super fun. I do it in my free time, so not just work related. So it's a lot easier than it appears, and I think everyone will learn a lot from Elizabeth and her expertise.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you want to get to know either of these two, on a more personal level, make sure you check out our social media profiles, where you can see they are the superstars of those social media platforms. All right, so it's almost 1:50 on the dot. Let's go ahead and get this started. Again, I want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody. I hope you find value in this webinar. Again, the purpose of this webinar is letting you know how you can use Instagram Reels and TikTok, not just to generate sales for your business, but also to grow a following. So it's no surprise. We are currently hiring a few different positions here, and almost all the people that I've interviewed have commented on our social media presence and the perception that we give off when they're viewing these videos and how fun and creative it is to work here. So that's a really good thing to hear. I don't know if it's true or not, but these guys do a great job. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Elizabeth. I do encourage you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and immediately ask them in the chat. We've got multiple people here to help answer those questions for you. Or if there's something you haven't learned, would love to learn that as well. All right, Elizabeth, the floor is yours.
Yeah, awesome. All right. So, yep, this is me. I said it a little bit earlier, but I am the social media manager here at Design Loud. Graduated last May, came down here to Wilmington, and I love it. I have a little quote there about basically that my favorite part about Design Loud is how we do choose to educate people, and we don't try to hold our secrets very close to our chest. We want to help everybody out, and that's what this webinar is really about. So let's get in. So first off, of course, the huge question, what even is TikTok and Reels? So they're both short form video content. One is within Instagram, which is Reels, and then the other one is TikTok, its own platform. So they have a lot of similarities, and mainly it's just because they have the same things, but they call them something different. So TikTok has duets, and Instagram has remix, and that basically is just a side-by-side video, like if you're responding to someone else's video. TikTok has sounds, Instagram has audio. Both platforms have effects, and they both let you record at different speeds. I also know that they both let you either record in the app or upload pictures or photos or videos. And their differences, TikTok lets you record for longer, which is good to note. Reels lets you have 15-second, 30-second, or 60-second videos. And then TikTok is 15, 60, or 3 minutes, which is pretty long. TikTok also has Stitch, which Reels has not picked up yet, which is kind of the same as duets, where you're responding to somebody, but their video actually comes up first and then it's yours. It's not side by side. But I'm sure that they will put that into Reels soon. And basically the biggest difference within the content is that TikTok is more casual content. And it's kind of treated like you're making videos for your friend. They're more like funny and humor based. Reels are more about education and aesthetic. Of course, there are funny Reels out there and stuff, but you definitely, since it's tied to your Instagram account, you want it to match your brand personality in a seamless way. And I put a note here, if you're looking to reach a Gen Z audience, TikTok might be the place to go. And if you're looking to up your Instagram strategy, Reels is a great thing to take advantage of. So how do you utilize these? So the benefits of using this video content, the first one is showcasing brand personality. So we talk about this a lot in social media, that you want to humanize your brand. So it's kind of like how if you see a commercial, they use a story and people's faces and emotions to really connect you to the brand. That's kind of what you're doing by showing your face and kind of some humor and humanizing aspects of your company through these videos. Another benefit is better visibility. You can see this screenshot here from one of our clients in our Instagram insights, and the dark blue is the non-followers reach, and that's obviously way bigger than any of the post stories or videos. And so with Instagram Reels and TikTok, you know if you use them, you don't just follow the people that you see. They show you a bunch of different things they think you're going to like. So that's honestly a huge benefit if you're trying to reach new people, get new followers, let people know about you, because not just your followers will see it, it'll be a mass of people. And for the same reason, it's better discoverability. If you use certain hashtags or sounds or effects, there are pages that show all the people that have used that effect or hashtag, and so there's more chance of getting found. So what should you do on these videos? So showcasing new products is a great way to utilize these if you sell products. There's a lot of trends going on and a lot of sounds that help you do that. Answering common questions is super valuable. Providing helpful tips is kind of the same. Behind the scenes videos shows that humanizing aspect. Exclusive deals and sales, upcoming events are really helpful if you're trying to increase the buzz around something and show it to a lot of people that don't just follow you. And then hop on to trends. This is my really big one, and we'll talk about it more later, but you can see that little arrow that I've highlighted in red. That's how you can tell, at least on Instagram, that an audio is trending. And if it's trending, it will show up much more on people's feeds because Instagram and TikTok understand that that's popular right now and people want to see that, so they'll push it a bit more. So Reels 101, this is going to go into how you record your Reels. So getting started, this is the same with Reels and TikTok. You don't really need to draw out a whole storyboard, but it's always much better to be prepared, especially if it's something you've never done before, you're a little nervous about it. It helped me a lot to even just write notes about like, okay, I'm going to do this and then that. So a few questions you can ask yourself is, what topic would make the most sense for your business or brand? How is your video content cohesive with your brand personality? Who's your target audience? What kind of content do they want to see? And one of my best pieces of advice is just spending time on these platforms, on Reels and on TikTok, scrolling through, seeing what other people are doing, seeing what's trending. It'll help you get a lot of inspiration. Okay, so now you're ready to shoot your reel. There's 3 ways you actually get to it from Instagram homepage. At the bottom there, you can hit the little Reels tab, and then there will be a plus icon that you can press, and then at the top right, there's one, and then you can actually swipe to kind of how you would normally add to your story and choose Reels. So now you're at the recording screen. Like I mentioned earlier, you can either shoot internally within this recording screen, or you can actually add pictures or videos that you've recorded externally and upload them. You can, there's a music icon that I've highlighted, and that is really where your trending audio comes in. You can pick that. You can decide how long you want it to go, how short. And then there's a bunch of other little icons. The first one up there is how long it's going to be. So how we talked about those intervals of 15, 30, and 60 seconds. You can choose how long you want your video to be. Then the 1x right there is how fast you want your speed to be. So if you want the video to look super sped up, you'll do a slower speed so that the audio can be slower, so that it speeds you up your video. And then there's a layout, which I don't use much, but it'll crop your screen if you want one video up and one video below. And then the timer, which is awesome for hands-free. And then we have the filters that you can swipe through or hit that little icon, and it'll show you a whole screen full of them. So once you've recorded a part of your reel, they give you a little bit more effects. So you have AR effects, which is different from like filters because it'll be moving. It'll be like video effects. Stickers, as you see in stories, like of GIFs and words. And then you draw and text, which I highly recommend. And that's because Instagram and TikTok both will, their algorithm will basically read what text you've put on there, and they'll categorize it and send it to people that they think will relate to it. Okay, so sharing, you finished videoing and you're ready to share. So you just tap next after that screen, and you can either share it to your feed or not. And you'll see this little icon, and that's design we use on ours with new titles every time and pictures. And so if you want it to go on your feed, but you're scared about the keeping your feed cohesive, I'm not going to try to say that, but then you can use a cover photo. They actually let you upload whatever photo you want, or you can just use a section of your video that you've already recorded. A lot of people say sharing to your feed is the best practice because your followers will see it first. And I just encourage you to experiment. So let's see if I know that. Oh yeah, you can share it to Facebook, which is highly recommended just to increase your reach as always. Okay, so recording TikToks. So TikToks, as I said earlier, it's pretty much the same, but a little different. They name things different. It's in different places. So the only way you get to TikTok, you don't have 3 ways you can get to it. You just hit the plus button on TikTok, and you can see right there highlighted, it's the different intervals they give you, just like Reels. And you can upload just like Reels or shoot internally. So then they have all the effects. You can flip your camera. There's the speed, the beauty filter, which is honestly, they need that on Instagram Reels. Filters and timer, just very similar to Instagram Reels. And then they also give you more features once you are done recording. I listed off all the ones that they have, but put a star next to the ones that are different than Reels. So they both have sounds, effects, text, and stickers. But what TikTok also has is a voiceover, which I really like. So if you just have video and you just want to put a voiceover over it, like a lot of people will show like their trip, and then they'll be like, we went and did this, and then we did that, and it's just really handy to not have to put that in while you are recording. And then a caption, which I think is really important. They will actually add like closed captions to what you're saying, so that you don't have to add it in later either. Okay, so you've recorded it and you're ready to share. It's not as complex as Instagram Reels. They don't have as many options. You can allow comments, allow duet and stitch, and I would always recommend that because that means people can engage with your video. And yeah, and then you would just put some hashtags, but select your cover and, oh, whoops, okay. Okay, so best practices when you're doing these. So you want to hook your audience. So according to this study, you have 8 seconds to grab a user's attention, and that makes a lot of sense, especially if you're on a short form video platform. You're constantly scrolling. You want to see like what's gonna engage you, and if it's not, you're gonna keep going. So there's a couple things you can do to hook attention. I think the beginning is, or the first one I would say is just starting off with the question that you're going to answer, like, how can I grow my Instagram? How can I do this or that? And that will keep them there to get the answer. And also you're providing value to them. Other things I've heard is just like being in like really bright, like bright room with the background, or like wearing something super fun, just anything you think that will hook their attention. Transitions are a really good idea, like at the beginning of your video, just to get that person interested in what you're doing from the beginning. Provide value. This is probably the biggest thing within social media content in general, just because that's what makes people follow you and keeps them interacting with your content. Because if you are providing value to them that they cannot get anywhere else, or you're the expert in that field, so they want to know what you have to say about it, that's going to get you the most growth. And so you can do that with Reels really easily by doing Q&As or just giving helpful tips. And yeah, and knowing what your audience wants will help you a lot with that too. Like, are they looking for quick tips or a recipe or a joke? Like, you can find a lot of things that would provide value. So hop on trend. This is another huge one. We talked about that trending arrow earlier. And so I said that it will show up on people's feed more when it's trending, and trending audio is huge. And by just going through and scrolling through your own feed, you can see what's trending, what other people are doing with it, and you'll see that it's populating more. Like, you'll hear the same sound over and over and over, and it's pretty funny because it'll start a trend. But trying to be immersed in Reels and TikTok is like the key for sure. All right. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, we can definitely address those now. If you guys want to put them in, I'm back in the chat.
Perfect. While you're doing that, and while they're gathering their questions, I did want to ask some questions, but I also want to drop a poll in the chat here. So please take a moment. Let me know what your thoughts are on that poll. I'd like to know which platform you feel is going to have the most impact on your business based on what we've covered here today. And then again, while everybody's kind of gathering their questions for the chat here, I've got some for you, Elizabeth. If you don't mind, if we didn't prepare for this, so I'm throwing you under the bus.
No, it's all
you
good.
and Savannah, feel free to pitch in here. But what about advertising on TikTok? Is there any benefit to a business to potentially advertise on TikTok?
I definitely think there is. Like we talked about earlier, like Facebook is kind of dying off, and other older platforms that other people advertise on typically. If you're looking for the target audience, like how we talked about Gen Z earlier on TikTok, I think it's super beneficial.
Yeah, everyone's on TikTok too. So I mean, it's really all ages, male and female. So many people are on TikTok. So if you can imagine that they're scrolling on there, and then you'd see like an ad here and there for a business or something. I mean, it's such a big reach.
It's the commercials.
And my understanding of TikTok advertising is it's more like influencer advertising, right? Because you get these influencers and they're pushing your products or services, which is really unique and different from the way that you would do Facebook ads, because of course the business or the company or an agency would be creating those ads and it's really just a video or a photo and you'd have some text and that. I think TikTok's approach is pretty unique, but do you think that the influencer-based marketing is maybe more appealing to businesses than your traditional Facebook ads?
Yeah, I think so, especially if you have a product. I think that's huge. People like to trust the products they use and also just have firsthand experiences. That's why people love reviews and reading those first. And so having an influencer make a reel or an ad about your product could definitely benefit you. I would definitely look into that.
Okay. Does it matter if I sell a product or a service? Could I still find value in advertising on TikTok, for example?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, cool. Another interesting thing about advertising on TikTok is you pretty much create, based on my experience, you pretty much create a campaign and then you have influencers bid on advertising and representing your product or service. So again, kind of very different than anybody who's had any experience with advertising on like Facebook, Instagram. Okay, so let me switch gears here. Let me go over to Instagram for a minute. I hope you didn't cover this already, but what's the minimum duration of an Instagram reel?
I believe it's 15 seconds.
15? I think you're right.
Yes. And I think
you're the expert here.
TikTok, except they let you go till 3 minutes, which is a long time.
What do you think is the sweet spot?
Yeah,
but
quick.
Not too fast.
Yeah. Honestly, you want to keep it as short as you can, but not without hurting or taking away from what you're trying to say. Or
probably like 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30. Since it's in the middle, it probably is the sweet spot. A lot of the trends, they will just be 15 seconds, like the trending audio will just be 15 seconds, and you just voice over that or lip sync to it, and you've got it right there.
Okay. Is there, and again, I don't know if you've mentioned this already, but is there a rule like, I know our rule, we try to do like 80% brand, 20% selling. Would you agree that's pretty much the same with TikTok, Instagram?
I would. I think providing value is probably the most important thing you should focus on, not as much as salesy stuff. So I would agree with that. I think that's what people are looking for in Reels and TikTok. They want to learn the new recipe or the hack that you have, or how you can help them, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's see. Have we gotten to everybody's questions in the chat? I don't want to take up all of the time on my question.
Yeah, Elizabeth,
Comfortable.
getting comfortable in front of the screen, and then also Liz wanted you to kind of go over allow duet and allow
Oh,
speech
yes.
again. One more
Okay, cool. So getting it comfortable in front of the camera, I had to deal with this because I'm not super keen on putting myself out there. But honestly, I've had a lot of fun with Reels and TikTok since I got over it. I think the planning will help you a lot. It helped me not feel like a fool. And practice. I at the beginning I would do it like 4 times, like, and have to keep deleting it, like it wasn't good enough. I wasn't happy with it. And the more I did it, the more I got better at it. So I would say just trust yourself. And there's a ton of ways to not show your face on like Reels or TikTok if you're not super keen on being in front of the camera. You could totally do an animation or just showcase the product or have the voiceover like TikTok does. Yeah. And then
also just
allow
having
duet.
fun. Like it's not
Yeah.
like it doesn't have to be so serious all the
Mhm.
time. Like I think that a lot of people take themselves extremely serious on social media, which is good when you're in business, but also like the reason why a lot of people follow you is because they want to see that like humanizing
Yeah.
side. They want to see the goofy side, funny
Yeah.
side. Like if you go to our Instagram and you look at our reels, like we post bloopers from the videos
Yeah.
that we make. Like we show like it's not. I mean, it doesn't have to be so robotic. Like you can
Mhm.
laugh at yourself, you can dance, you can have a good
Yeah.
time, and you would be surprised how many people are just like, oh, this is so funny.
Yeah.
I love that you're showing this authentic side instead of just like making fun. I don't know. I feel like the days of like mocking people
Yeah,
on
it's
reels
kinda
and stuff is not really
Yeah.
a thing.
And a lot of the reels that I would post or TikToks, I'd be like, oh, I hate that one. I look so stupid. And it would get the most amount of attention. So sometimes we're just our own worst critics, and it just needs to be fun. Regarding allow duet and allow stitch in TikTok, so duets are when in TikTok where the videos are like right next to each other and there's basically a line. They've put like a layout in it where it's your video and somebody else's video. So you could think of like reactions. Like if someone's doing something crazy and you show your face, like, oh my gosh, you get to see them at the same time. Stitch would be if somebody puts your video first, they're responding to you, and then their video. So it's not right next to each other. It's one after another. So you can toggle those when you post yours to allow duet and allow stitch. And I've never really shied away from that. I think the only people that would is like if there's like a celebrity in bad and like hot water that doesn't want people like commenting on what they're doing. But I think for you guys it'll be fine. And if somebody duets or stitches your video, it will show to their followers and more people. So it's honestly mainly a benefit.
I think I saw a question earlier. Oh, you just answered that one. That was Liz's, the allow duet, allow stitch.
Yeah.
There was another one I saw about targeting an audience to a specific region that Kelly asked. And as it relates to, I know Instagram, because it's very similar to Facebook. I kind of use them as one and the same platforms, even though they're kind of different, the layout. But anyways, TikTok and Instagram, you can certainly target that to a specific area, whether that be a state, a city, the Southeast, the United States, whatever. So you can definitely target it to a specific region. I think you have a little more control over it on the Instagram/Facebook side than you do on the TikTok side. But you certainly have that kind of targeting information. And again, when you're doing the TikTok ads, it's all about what's the goal and what's the purpose of the campaign for these influencers to pitch you on, in my experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Kathy brought up a really good point about, because we're a service-based business, right? So, in hindsight, it doesn't make sense for us to be on Reels or TikTok, except there's so much noise online today. There's so many competitors, right? And you really have to line your ducks up where you are making yourself unique, right? And the value that you bring. So think of TikTok and Instagram Reels less about like a sales channel and more about a way for you to connect, and establish trust or value with these people. And we use ours like they alluded to, most of the ones that came that get the most engagement and most views are the super random, super silly ones. And those are the ones that people tend to comment on when, like I said, I'm interviewing right now. And they're like, yeah, you guys just seem like a lot of fun because you goof off. And if you look at our TikTok, the ones that have more views are definitely the ones where we're just kind of goofing off and having a good time. So I think it's more about piercing the corporate veil, for lack of better words, and less about sales.
Definitely.
All right, I know you guys got some burning questions. While we wait for any more questions to come in, listen, the goal of these is, again, just to take the knowledge out of our heads and put them into yours. If there's ever an opportunity to teach you how to do these things to be more successful in your business and lessen your learning curve, that's our primary purpose. If for any reason you are interested in any kind of social media help, I pasted a link there in the chat that allows you to check out our social media service. But I want to share these cheat sheets with you. So the first one that I'm going to share with you is how to do like hashtag research, which really comes in handy because, again, the benefit of Reels and TikTok is you're reaching people who may not already be following or even aware of who you are, right? And that's kind of the beauty. Like Facebook, unless you have a friend or family or whatever, share it, you're really not reaching anybody outside of the people who follow you. That's not the case with Instagram and TikTok. These people may not have heard from you, but you show up in their feed. And a lot of that has to do with their interests and your interests and your hashtags. So in the chat or in the handout section, there is a hashtag research cheat sheet. Feel free to download it. That is all yours. Another thing I wanted to point out, very good, useful information, is last year TikTok had more active monthly users than Google, and that is huge. That means that's just mind blowing to me because I'm on Google several times a day looking for answers to questions, and the fact that TikTok has more monthly users than Google, and you already know Facebook, that's my generation. We're getting older. That goes to say a lot. So the next handout that I want to provide to you guys, the next little cheat sheet, is our TikTok and Instagram Reels cheat sheet. This will hopefully give you a better understanding on the type of things you can create and how to utilize that to best grow your network. Again, the purpose being growing your network, and that in turn is going to help generate some sales for your business because people are going to know, like, and trust you. So those are all available to you in your window there. Switch back over, see if we've had any more questions, because I want to make sure every one of you leaves here with something new or actionable.
Just Savannah.
You guys cracking jokes?
Yeah, I just can't believe that thing about Google. I'm going to think about that for a while. It makes sense.
That's true. Yes. Yes. Super, super crazy. So, video is definitely the future, guys. And it doesn't have to be some great, professionally produced video. These days, the cameras on our phone are enough. It's really about just what message, what do you have to say? Are there any other questions? We're about at the 30-minute mark, so I definitely didn't want to cut anybody off. Perfect. Thank you all so much for joining.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to end it there. If there are no more questions, we'll keep it short and sweet. Everybody go back to work. If you do have any questions, need any help digesting some of the information from that cheat sheet, reach out. We are more than helpful. We're not car salesmen. We're not trying to sell you on a particular service or anything. Again, our purpose is just to help you. So thank you so much. Make sure you follow us or check our newsletter. We'll have a recording of this webinar. You can go back and rewatch. Yep. And of course, we'll have our next webinar next month. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
It would help if I figured out how to close this.
I'm like, it'd be nice if we could. Oh, wait, leave.
There we go. Leave stage. Got it. Everybody can have one good laugh at us.